Now, I know that typically I do TBRs for readathons, and then as I've been on BookTube for 5 years now, I stopped doing regular monthly TBRs because I felt a lot of pressure. But I also know that I really enjoy putting those videos up, and they tend to have a lot of interaction because people love to see the things that you're planning on reading, you're excited about, those kinds of things. And I figured I have enough kind of projects that I'm involved with this year that I figure I can give my like top books that I'm planning on reading. Like if I have definitely failed. If I get to the end of the month, I have failed, and I don't know what I am, but I'm following through on the projects that I have committed to. So I would just do a TBR with those projects and any other spontaneous reads, mysteries, Cinderella Chronicles, books. You will hear about those in wrap-ups and those kinds of videos. And the first one that I am planning to read is The Semi-Attached Couple and the Semi-Detached House by Emily Eden. This is for my literary parlor book club, which pre-COVID met at the Ebenezer Maxwell Mansion in Philadelphia, just outside of Philadelphia in Germantown. And we have been meeting on Zoom. So if for some reason you hadn't seen my literary parlor video, you're welcome to join us to read The Semi-Attached Couple and the Semi-Detached House. And I've heard that people who like Jane Austen will like Emily Eden. I'm going to find out for myself and see if I do. And this is about a young couple and their first years of marriage. I have heard a couple people who read it say that like one of the books they really liked and the second one they really didn't like. I'm curious what I think. I'm a little bit nervous that one of them is going to be a real downer. So maybe in the future, if I wanted to reread one, I would just reread one and not both of them. But I am looking forward to this and looking forward to discussing it with everyone in the book club. And the next one that I'm going to be reading, rather two, and this is for my Read Along Most Victorian Patreon book club. I will link the link to it down below. It is such a wonderful group of ladies. Men are also welcome, but it's just so happened that women are the participants. And we have had a couple reading socials now, and it is just a lovely, lovely group of people who we don't all read exclusively Victorian books, but that's what we are reading together. I think we want to have this as kind of a way to make sure we're reading Victorian literature throughout the year. And I put up a poll with several books, and the Oscar Wilde books were the ones that were chosen. So I love this cover of The Canterville Ghost. The Canterville Ghost is supposed to be a humorous ghost story, which, Oscar Wilde would do that. And then it also has Lord Arthur Saville's Crime in it, which I've heard is a kind of spoof on a sensation novel. And then it also includes The Sphinx Without a Secret and The Model Millionaire in this. So it is a short little collection. And then even shorter that we will be discussing is The Happy Prince and Other Stories by Oscar Wilde. This cover, however, I'm not nearly as enthusiastic about. And let's see what stories are in here. The Happy Prince, The Nightingale and the Rose, The Selfish Giant, The Devoted Friend, and The Remarkable Rocket. I'm really looking forward to reading these because I've read 4 Oscar Wilde plays, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and nothing else. And I've heard really good things about both of these collections, and I'm really looking forward to discussing it with all the ladies in our Zoom discussion. So if you would still like to join my Patreon book club for January and these books sound intriguing to you, then you're more than welcome to join, and I have it linked down below, and you can find all the information you need there. Then, it is January, and I am feeling ambitious. I want to make some progress on my reading goals for the year. My global classics list, or I guess probably you won't have seen it at this point, so this is a bit of a spoiler, but I'm going to be attempting, I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm going to be attempting Crime and Punishment. We're going to see how this goes. I honestly don't know at all if I'm going to like this. We're just going to see. I have a group of people to hold me accountable. I asked on Instagram if anyone was interested in joining me. We're going to be reading approximately 2 chapters one day and 1 chapter the following day. And we're going to see how this goes. Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space says it is thrilling. So I'm really excited because she loves Dostoevsky, and she will be joining us in the Voxer group. And then I'm really looking forward to reading At Home in Mitford by Karon. This is the first in the Mitford Chronicles by Karon, and it is the first in the Year in Mitford project that I am hosting alongside Rainey from Rainy Day Reads, Chelsea from Voyage of a Time Wanderer, and Angie from Literary Labors. I will link my announcement video down below so you can see all the information for that. And at the end of the month, we're going to be meeting together and cooking a recipe from the book and having a Zoom discussion, and then it will be up on my channel on the 31st of January. And I look forward to you all seeing that. And then, talking about ambitions at the beginning of the year. Doris, this is our year that we finished the Wheel of Time series. Doris and I think it's now 3 years in a row that we've been reading the second half of the Wheel of Time series. So like the last 7 books, I think that's where we started together. I have three books left. I don't even know, people. Yes, 3 books left. That's what it is. Or 2.5. And we're hoping to read a book a quarter, and then we're going to start another epic fantasy series after this. So I have to finish The Gathering Storm, which I started at the beginning of 2020 and then set it down because I was like, it's not pulling me in. And I had just gotten my hopes up so high for getting to the Brandon Sanderson books that are supposed to be so much easier than the other books. And it was dragging. So I put it down, and then I honestly just forgot completely about it. And meanwhile, Doris has finished it, and I'm catching up with that, and then Towers of Midnight. So let's just consider January, February, March. I'm trying to finish The Gathering Storm and start and finish Towers of Midnight. We're going to see how this goes. We're going to see how it goes. And then lastly, Light of My Life. I have been thinking about it and thought, this is how I want to start off 2021, my reading year. I want to reread all of the Betsy-Tacy books, including Emily of Deep Valley and Carney's House Party and Winona's House Cart. I will show you all of the books. So they are Betsy-Tacy and Tib, and then Winona's Pony Cart would happen like right within those, and then I would read Betsy and Tacy Go Over the Big Hill, Betsy and Tacy Go Downtown, Heaven to Betsy, Betsy in Spite of Herself, Betsy Was a Junior, Betsy and Joe, Betsy and the Great World, and then Carney's House Party, Betsy's Wedding, and then ending it with Emily of Deep Valley, which is not, it's a companion novel to the other Betsy-Tacy books. I love this series so much. It was so fun in the year 2019 going through this series with people reading along when I hosted a read-along with Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading, and it's time. It's been 2 years since I've read the whole series, and I want to go back and be back in Deep Valley again, and yes, I just really, I miss it. I miss it deeply. So I will not be alone though, because Rainey from Rainy Day Reads was saying she was actually interested in rereading the Betsy-Tacy series. So I know this does look like, you know, a lot of reading for January, this series, like including the whole series, but I honestly can read, even the high school Betsy books I can read in a day. They're just so familiar to me, and I kind of like to read them that way. So I'm just planning on doing these all in January. They're not hard to read. They don't feel like work at all. They're just like coming home, and I'm very excited to be back with Betsy and the whole Deep Valley crowd. So yes, those are my set in stone January reading plans. And I will be back with another video. Oh wait, just kidding. I have one other that I really want to read in January, and that is The Strangest Family by Janice Hadlow. So Nonfiction November reminded me yet again that I need to be reading more nonfiction throughout the course of the year. And I want to read The Strangest Family by Janice Hadlow. I want to read more like chunky biographies. This is another spoiler for books on my specific TBR projects that I haven't released. So my like chunky book TBR. Where is it? Chunky book TBR. There it is. Yes, The Strangest Family is on it. And I just know that Ange from Beyond the Pages and Lil from Lil's Vintage World. Lil, I think I remember you reading this, and just said nothing but great things. So Romantic Outlaws, I was like, yes, I just need to read ton of biographies because they're amazing. So yes, those are my January reading plans. Thank you for watching. I will be back with another video soon, and have a lovely day. Bye.